Sanjay, yes, Sanjay. Sanjay?
Good evening, one and all present here for 39th technical lecture meeting from the Institution of Engineers India, Tiruvallur Local Center. So now we have Honorable Dr. L. Ramesh, Chairman, FIE, IEI, TVLC, and Joint Register of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, University, and also Thiru Madan Madurayan, Director, My Work Consulting Service, Bangalore, and then Dr. J. Balamurugan, MIE, Honorable Secretary, IEI, Tiruvallur Local Center. Thank you, sir. Welcome. I'd orderly welcome you all for this meeting.
So thank you, Sanjay. So it was very happy that so today we all are with 39th technical lecture. So the Tiruvallur Local Center. So you all know that IEI is with 124 centers across the country, in which one of our local center doing lot of activities from 2017. The activities in form of technical lecture, in form of symposium, in form of students project, TISL award. It is a branded TISL award, in form of project competition, in form of industrial visit. So the skill development activities, like for the students or for the professionals. So the IEI is actually connecting the people, students, connecting the industry, connecting the academicians together. So this is the ultimate objective. Due to the COVID, we can't able to connect all. Even now, due to that, we are little stagnant, and through online only again we are conducting because of this type of issue. Very soon we will meet you all in our IEI office for our programs. So when we talk about IEI, you all know that we are celebrating 102 years. And the Tamil Nadu State Center is celebrating 100 years. So this is a two very good history which you all are connected here. Presently, we have around 23 student chapters in Tiruvallur Local Center. We have 4,000, 5,000 student members are there, and 1,500 professional members are there. And academic members, 600 academic members are professional members are there. So this is the fact, and the present students, those who join today, all are from second year, third years, with 7 or 8 colleges members are here. It is good that we come to the 39th technical lecture, and today it was a very nice, interesting topic, testing, preparation and opportunity creation in IT industry. Very nice, and very happy to welcome our chief guest today, through Madan Madurayan. He is the director of My Worth Consulting Service, Bangalore. So he is not presently he started his own concern, but he is very technically strong, and he is very good knowledgeable with the IT related industries. He worked for last 22 years. He worked in the IT related industry, and now he's supporting with lot of students. Really, you all are lucky that today you all are going to meet Madan. And I request the members, those who are, if you can able to switch on video. Yes, you can switch on video so that it will be like a interactive session. You can ask your interesting questions, doubts, what are the skills. Hope a lot of second year students are there. What are the different skill set which you needed? So Madan will very clearly clarify you. So the practical person is here with you. So take all the benefits from him, so that only the happiness will be there for the IEI. So thank you so much, Madan, for accepting our invitation, and hope the day will be a good session.
Thanks, Ramesh.
So I request Hari to introduce the chief guest.
Now I will introduce about our through Madan Madhurian sir. He was born in a small town, Arumane in Kanyakumari district. Did his engineering from Nurul Islam College of Engineering, Kamarkoil. Started his employment in instrumental engineering, Chennai, and got an opportunity to work with Hyundai, Ford, Wistron, Saint-Gobain, L&T, VSAP, IOC, SPIC, and many colleges, helping them customizing equipment, and then moved on to IT industry, Satyam Computers, and later owned by Tech Mahindra, to pick a software testing job in Bangalore. Within few years of job, got into project management and account management of larger clients like Anival, ANZ, Fidelity, SAP Labs, Continental Automotive, Schneider Electrics, IBM, Target, Lotus Retail, etc. to build multi-million-dollar accounts. After a stint of around 12 years, moved on to pick and lead the APAC sales for Novus Info Systems as director, customer relationship, and managed to grow big accounts like Robert Bosch, Finestra, Verifion, etc. Now started his own consulting firm, My Worth, mainly focused on staffing services for large IT firms. He is also good in sports like cricket, kabaddi, and also practice martial art, karate. Involved big time in social activities to beautify the locality like doing cleaning, drive to remove black spots, garbage dumps, and paint walls to beautify. Do plantation drive on roadside and lake shores. Take care of roads, pathways, drains, footpath, traffic issues, etc. He is married to Miss Nisha, who is working for IBM as analytical consultant, and I have a son who is 14 years old and passionate about guitar and football. Welcome, sir.
Great. Thanks for the introduction. So as Ramesh told, as much as possible, use the video and be interactive. And I want everybody who is here, I want to know what is the expectation from this, because though it is testing is a subject which we are going to talk a lot. But before starting the session, I want to know, so what is your expectation? What you know about testing? At least use the chat box. You can use the chat box also. How many of you know about testing as an industry? You are able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will go by slide because no one is talking. So that I thought, okay, I will use this slide and probably I will drive through this slide a bit. And I will give you a certain glimpse about testing and then take you a slide which is very, very short and crisp and how you need to concentrate on testing, that software testing that I will tell you. Now, just an introduction and what is software testing, the objective of testing, goals of testing, testing methodologies, software testing lifecycle in phases, then the testing levels, types of performance testing, and then the conclusion. If you can be communicable, no, it will be very good. Is there anyone who can tell what is your thought about software testing? Anybody is looking at software testing as an job to pick in the industry? Nobody?
Testing for errors, sir.
Testing testing to check the error. Okay. Anybody else? You can see the screen, right?
Yes, sir, you can see.
Sorry?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You are seeing the chat box also? You are able to see the chat box also?
Yes, sir, you can see.
Okay. Look, the testing, I want to just give a small brief. Probably I have a lot of slides. Before going into this, I will take you a small slide and then come back and explain all these things. Okay. The testing levels, if you see in when you create a software, and the software need to be tested. For that, the first level of testing is called unit testing. You can see this screen, testing levels.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The first is unit testing. So when you call unit testing, so what do you mean by unit testing? Anybody have an idea? Any answers? Any answers? So at unit testing, when you make a product, you need to code it, right? When you do the development, you do the coding test, that is called unit test. For example, there is 5 people in the team and 5 people are assigned with separate work for that individuals take up the work and they start coding it. Now, when they code it, you will get a module to work. That module, if you are testing, that is called the unit test. And when you have multiple units, then you need to integrate this, and then you integrate all these particular units into one system. Okay. So when you have checked the modules, then you will get an integrated system. Then you do the system testing. Now, when you do the system testing, so what do you mean by system testing? Anybody? You can use the chat box also. If you make it interactive, only then I will understand if you are understanding anything or not. Okay, anyway. So look at when you created a system, this system, for example, I will give you some of the examples. You enter into a shopping mall, and the shopping mall also operates with a software. Now for the software to operate, or I will take a banking application. If you go to the bank, there are a lot of modules in the bank. For example, you open a bank, no, you want to recharge your mobile, you need to transfer money, you need to work on a credit card, or all these small modules are there which will create a banking application. For example, you take an ICICI as an application. The ICICI will have a lot of small systems in it, small modules in it. Need to be integrated, developed separately and unit tested, and then you do a integration testing. And when you integrate it, you will get a system called ICICI. So now, what is the difference between a system testing and a system integration testing? where one system, the ICICI alone is a system. The system integration is many other applications working along with ICICI application. For example, you want to recharge your mobile. So you have another application now coming in. For example, it is Airtel or Vodafone, or you have BSNL or any other network you will have. Now you need to recharge that. So that it need to go to the other application outside of the system. So that system need to be integrated here. So there will be a set of team who will go and test that application, and then they integrate it. So that is called system integration testing. Now, once you do this, you need to do an user acceptance testing. So when you do an user acceptance testing, who need to approve this? Who is the user now for this application? The application who has given to us. For example, you have taken the ICICI Bank's request and developed the ICICI Bank account now. Who is the user now? All the ICICI Bank is your user. He need to accept. There he has given a lot of requirements, and that requirements, it need to be satisfied. So there will be n number of like that, n number of requirements will be there, and each and every module need to be tested, and it need to be approved by the bank. Without approving, they will not go for releasing the payment, or whatever. The company who is developing will not get the payment without accepting the modules, whatever modules we developed. So you people are able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now unit test, giving you detail here, where unit testing, test each module individually and follow a white box testing. So now what is white box and what is black box? You have any idea? So the white box testing is somebody tests with code. They know the code. They need to understand the code to do the testing. That is called white box testing. And the black box is just, you don't want to know about anything inside the application. Just you need to know the business functionality, or the system test is simply called, the black box testing is simply called the functional testing. When a function need to operate, you give an input and you need to get the output. If it is not coming, then you call it failed. But when in the white box testing, you give an input, and if that is not working, the person need to understand in which code of the line the error he is getting. So he will go into the system and test, and that is called white box testing. We got it?
Sir.
Okay. So look, this unit test is done by the developer. So testers do not have much role here. Okay, initially. But white box testing is done by some tester who has the knowledge of development. Okay. If there is any question, please do ping, or you just ask me. Okay. You stop by and ask questions. Okay. Integration, as I told, once all the modules have been unit tested, integration testing is performed. It is a systematic testing. What is systematic testing? Actually, there will be some sort of test cases, and all these things will be there to do this testing. So the type of big bang integration testing, top-down integration, this is all theory. You can you enter into any of your websites, you put for testing methodologies, you will get all these things. Okay. System testing. The system as a whole is tested to cover requirement errors, verifies that all system elements work properly, and that overall system functions and perform has been achieved. Here, types of system testing, there is alpha testing. This alpha testing is done by the people who are already developing the product. The beta testing is somebody who is outside of the system will do this beta testing. The acceptance testing is done by the customer. The performance testing is done to know whether the system performs according to its capability. For example, when I told ICICI system, 1,000 people logging in together into the system, then if this system should support. If it is not, what will happen is the system will break. For example, how many of you have used ChatGPT? ChatGPT, anybody has used the latest application which has come? Anybody has used ChatGPT? So ChatGPT, if you open today, you will get an error saying that we are working on certain modules and our people are working on certain functionalities. And now we don't have the capability to support everybody. So please wait. The system is up. We will tell you when the system is up and you will be able to use. That is beta testing is happening. But performance wise, they are not able to accommodate more people because in 5 days itself, they have reached 1 million customers. When they didn't expect that this many customers will get into the system at a time, immediately into the system. That's why they are not able to increase or control the performance of the system. Now, once they control it, they will open it for more people. Even one is people getting into the system. Then when they start using the system, they need to know the system performs up to its behavior. The behavior in the sense, you go to the application, you want to transfer a fund. And if you are transferring and the money is not debited to your account, so what will happen? Your money is lost. So that should not happen in a bank, correct? So when after getting into the system, it should also give you the support to perform the task in the right way. That is called performance testing. Okay. Type of performance testing, if you see here, stress testing, volume testing, configuration testing, compatibility testing. If I want to talk about all these things, so like stress is you add more and more people into it and give the load. That is what I was explaining. When you perform a job, it need to give you the right outcome. That is called stress testing. Volume testing is more and more people you add into it and test. That will give volume test. Like that, there's all these things are very, very theoretical and you can study. So look, there are many models and levels of testing we do. This is the simple thing. I want to simplify the testing in this one picture itself. Okay. So when a client gives a requirement, so what happens is the client need is there. The left side thing you see, the client needs. And then the requirement, you gather the requirement. Then you will design the system. Then you will start coding. Look at that arrow, which indicates that coding, when you do a coding, you do the unit test parallelly, correct? And the right side of it is completely testing and the left side is complete development. So when the developer do his job, in the right side, if you see, the tester also do his job. But there is a parallel activity. The previously what happens is in a company when they are doing the testing, when the developer do the work and the tester need to wait till his turn comes to do the testing. Now it is not like that. So there is a set of activity which the testers also can do parallelly. And each one of this will have a standards to follow. For example, client need. So that according to the client need, the acceptance test cases we will write. and the requirements. And for the requirements, the system will satisfy the requirement. So what is in the requirement? According to that, you need to write the system test cases. And the design, when you get the requirement, you start designing the system. When you design a system, the integration testing, that is, I told you, there are a number of modules, and the number of modules need to be integrated. And that integration testing comes from a design format. When you design the system, that time itself, how it need to be integrated, that will be defined. And according to that, you write the integration test cases. And when you do the coding is module, one module, you test it, that is called unit testing. Overall, you need to satisfy the customer need, that is the client need. That is what acceptance testing. So client will do the acceptance testing and then they take the product. So if you see from top, client need, requirement, design, coding, and then they do the unit testing, then integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. If you see, each one of it has a double arrow in the center because client needs the acceptance testing to satisfy client need. System testing need to satisfy requirement. Integration testing need to satisfy design. Unit testing need to satisfy coding. Okay, it is very clear now. You have any questions? Please ask me. If you are able to understand, if you are not able to understand, you can ask questions. Okay, here I have put simplifying testing. So BRD. The BRD is business requirement document. Whenever a customer gives a requirement, it is just a casual document. It will not have any system specifications there. So it is a business requirement. According to the customer will not understand software terms, so that he will write in a probably in a piece of paper. It can be in a piece of paper, or it can be in a document. It can be in an Excel sheet. It can be in a Word document. Anything it can be. So business requirement document he will give, and this software requirement specification is written by a set of people in the software industry, and that will have a separate hierarchy of team from the project manager till the developer. It will be they will be there, and the project manager with the lead, they will write the specification, including a business analyst. Business analyst will take the requirement from the customer and form a software requirement specification document, and then they will write they gather the requirement and analyze the requirement. When I say I will take ICICI as an application itself, and as an example, because we took that. Now, when ICICI gives or hand over this document, the software specification we create and share with the customer and ask them to go through the document and do an approval process. So we learn the requirement from them. A set of people from our team will go to ICICI and they sit with these people and understand the requirement, what all module they need. If you log into ICICI application, there will be a n number of tabs. All these tabs are each modules. And each module, you need to gather information. Then analyze the requirement, whether it is creatable, not creatable. We can create that kind of module or not. Whether software can be developed according to that. All this need to be analyzed. And then you need to create a document, and again you need to send it for approval. When you send it for approval, customer will add something, delete something, or he need to correct something. All this happen in the requirement analysis stage. So once this is done, I'm going in terms of from here I will go in terms of testing alone. So for testing also, you need to have a set of a document which need to be created, and according to the requirement and analysis, you start writing the test cases. So before writing the test cases, you need to plan the test. When planning the test, when a 10 people team is there to create this project, or a 100 people team is there to create a project, then this 100 people will be having separate team leads or project leads. Like that, there will be a set of team. And for this, there will be a set of testers also. The testers will have a hierarchy. Well, there will be a test manager, and he will talk to the BA, business analyst. And then there will be a test lead, then the team members, the test team members. And what the manager will do is they allocate according to the module. He will also have something. I have put here a traceability matrix. Traceability matrix is the thing which you need to put in place for everything. Traceability matrix is the key thing. Now, what he will do is he will have the traceability matrix on, put all the modules in place, and then assign use cases for each team. The use cases, one use cases will be given to the team. If 100 people are there, 10 people each, there will be 10 team, and there can be a 10 use cases. According to that, you will start writing test cases. Then you will write test steps for those test cases. When you have test steps, for each test steps, there should be some data that you supply data, and you use these test steps, create test cases, and you supply that test cases is passed, then the use cases will get passed. So the traceability matrix will be like, for example, it's 1 minute. I am getting out of this. I will show you an Excel. Are you able to see the Excel?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Traceability. I will take a requirement. Requirement 1. Requirement 2. Like this, you will have a lot of requirements. Okay. Requirement 3. For this, you will have use case 1, 1, 1. Here you will have use case 1, 2. And this traceability matrix, when I am creating, it is not only for software. For anything, you can use this traceability. I will come to that. Anyway, I will explain you. Like that, use case 1, use case 2, 1, 2. Like this, it will go here. Use case 2, like this, it will go. So this, all these are satisfied, only then you will satisfy this requirement. Like that, here the test case will come. For this, test case 1. Test case 2, like this, 10 test case will be there. Then test step 1, like that, 10 steps also will. All this need to pass for this requirement to get passed. You are able to follow this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Now, if you have any doubt in this, you ask. The traceability matrix is one thing which is very important, that if you get into the IT industry, even for your daily, it will be very useful if you can track the traceability matrix. Okay. Okay. Now the test planning will have a lot of similar things it will have. There, what all resources it is required, what all things it is required, everything will be there in the test planning. And when you prepare a test preparation, all this use cases, test steps, and data will be ready in form of traceability matrix to do testing. Then for each testing, unit testing also, you will have this set of use cases, test cases, test steps. Integration also, you will have the use cases, test case, test step, and data. System testing also you will have. System integration also you will have. This all are common for every testing. So every testing will have its own set of use cases, test steps, and data. Okay. Then the next one is security testing. What is security testing? Today you are working in the industry. Quite often you get to in Paytm, in Ola app, all these things, you are seeing somebody is taking away somebody's money, correct? Because there is no security of that application. The security is breached. It can be cracked. So that we need to protect that application from breaking. If there is a possibility, there are enough people in the market who can snatch your data, snatch your money, snatch your so whatnot. So to avoid this, you need to have a proper security test done. Security is the utmost importance in the internet era. So if it is not done, in a minute your data is gone. For example, I am talking about ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a threat for Google. So what Google will do is, if there is a possibility, they will break ChatGPT into pieces. That is their ultimate need of the hour. But if he doesn't perform security testing, what will happen is Google will kill this engine itself. So they will lose their business in no time. So that it should be done, proper security testing need to be done. Okay. And the performance testing, already we spoke about performance testing. Okay. So any doubt till here? It is going back. The analysis and planning, which I spoke about, the test objective and coverage, overall schedule, standards and methodologies, resource required, including necessary training, roles and responsibilities of each person in the project. If it is a 10 people each with 100 people team, then there will be 10 people test team. Then there will be a manager, test lead. In that also team lead can be there. Then team members, all their roles and responsibilities will be already written, so that the manager knows which work is allotted to which kind of person, what kind of complexity has been given to which person. All these things are predefined in the planning phase itself. Then tools used. When I talk about tool, is an automation tool. If at all you are using automation for traceability, also we use some automation tools. But for testing of the application, we use some automation tools. I am not talking about any automation here. If at all you have any specific question in those space, I can answer that well for you. If you are thinking about testing as an area which you need to develop, you can ask me specific questions, which I will be happy to answer. So anything, any doubt till here?
No, sir.
Anybody else? Any questions? With this, I am winding up this testing as a chapter. Any doubts in terms of testing? Anybody?
No, sir.
Okay. Look at opportunity creation. Before talking into the opportunity creation, I wonder to be, when you are in the second year of your second year and third year students, right?
Yes, sir.
Hari, actually, Hari or Sanjay, look at when
First year and second year only, sir.
first year and second year. Okay. So now, for how many of you already they started? I want to see this. I'll remove chat for a while so that I. In your college, is there anybody conducting some specific courses from the first year or second year, so that you are prepared for the final year? That kind of programs are happening in the college itself. Is there something happening like that? You got my question? Hari?
Sorry, sir. Once again, sir.
No, I am asking, look at many colleges in Bangalore, if you take in the colleges, for example, New Horizon as a college, when they enter into the first year itself, certain programs have been done. Okay, that is, I'll take Java full stack. Java full stack, they will start teaching as a program. When they complete the final year, they will know complete Java full stack. You know what is Java full stack? The Java full stack, for developing any application, there is a front end, there is a middleware, and then there is a backend. So when somebody know all these three, they are called the full stack developer. Okay. So this full stack developers, what they will do is, in the first year, they will teach only probably the second year. First year, they might not give much. The basics of softwares they will teach. And then in the second year, they might teach only the front end. And in the third year, they will teach the middleware. And in the final year, they will cover the backend. The backend is nothing but data, database, everything. So when this happens, you will have a complete course and you are prepared for Java. Like that, similarly, you will have something for .NET full stack also. Or if it is a SAP as a module, you will have SAP complete module. Or there will be a domain specific space. When I talk about domain specific, it is automotive industry, or it can be a banking domain. Like that, banking domain specific trainings will be given. So is there something like that for you people? College is doing anything like that for you people? No. Okay. If not, what you should do is, now only you take some training personally. If you can learn personally, it is well and good. But always when you learn, when I took an example of Java full stack, year-on-year basis, you don't want to go. Well, in 3 months, you can cover all these things. But my request to you is, any course, if you start learning today, over a period of time, it is going to sunset. When it is sunset, you will not be able to do much. So you need to understand that technology. When you pick a technology, that should be there for at least another 5 years, so that when you come out also, there is enough opportunity. But anything you learning, in addition to that, you start from the third year, that will be very, very, very beneficial for you. And you will get a hand-holding of IT as a technology along with whatever courses you are learning, that will help you. But when I say this, in any area, your domain-specific stuff, or when I say domain, somebody will be learning electrical. So electrical comes as your domain. Somebody is electronics and communication, that will come as your domain. Somebody is into civil, that will come as your domain. Somebody is in automotive, that will come as a domain. So like that, if you are able to see and learn that particular domain well, and IT along with it, every industry will have certain needs. Because in my introduction, I have put in a lot of companies over there, because it is not for me to show that I have worked with many people. But why I have put in there is a different level of companies. For example, Schneider Electricals. It is an purely electrical equipments and related stuff, from high-end data center to small switches they do. Home applications they make. Home application in the sense, from your car you can operate your home. So there is a automation in it. So that you need to know what technology they use to build this equipments. You need to really understand how they integrate these parts. That's why this testing is very much needed for all these things. Because without testing, without passing this testing, any application you make, it is of no use. So that you need to know that you are testing the right product and you are learning the right technology to adapt into that particular industry. For example, Schneider is electrical. Continental is an automotive industry. Honeywell is an aerospace industry. So all these industries, what will happen is they have a specific need. If you take a networking company, any networking company like a Cisco, you need to know networking related domain along with the technology. They will also use Java. They will also probably use .NET. They will use embedded more probably. They use networking skills more. So that you need to know which one you need to pick and choose. Which industry you want to specify. All these things you need to be very clear from the starting itself. So I have written here for you. In my next slide, if you see, it is an opportunity creation is something, the dream building. You need to have your dream. You need to know which industry to pick and choose and why you want to really choose that particular area. And define the technologies you are going to pick. Clearly, you pick that technology now itself. Don't wait for the final year to come and then see if any chance come, I will learn. Or that's why the people who are very clear about the second point, define the technology. In the final year, if there is a campus, they will get the campus and they will move out. Okay. And then if you see, the third one, details of the companies you would want to work. You need to really know which company you want to work. Then accordingly, you plan it. Many people who are like, if you see, probably at that time when I am studying, I didn't have the vision. Or there is nobody to guide me which industry to get in. Or we lost that. But now you have a lot of choices. You have a lot of people who can help you. Only thing is you need to open your mouth and ask somebody, hey, so what I will choose? My interest is this, what I can learn, which technology I can choose, which companies have this right technology. My interest lies here. Who can help me that? All these things you need to define now itself so that you can get into a campus and move out. That is the easiest thing to do. Okay. And why you want to work in that company. That also, as I told you, it need to be very, very clear why you want to move into that company. And what kind of package for your job, that also you define very clearly, so that accordingly you prepare. For example, if you need a 10 lakhs package, now only you define that in this companies will give me this kind of package, and I need to prepare accordingly so that I will get into this company. Because we never had a clue what is IT industry when we are studying in 97, when we passed out of the college. We never knew what kind of opportunity is IT industry. It is now much more clear to everybody in the world that what is IT industry and how you can get in, so that you have a clarity, you will get into that properly. Okay. Define all the above very clearly. And preparation and planning. Preparation and planning is not the test preparation and planning. Okay. As I told you, you need to have your courses ready. You need to have the completion of, for example, if you want to be in the IT industry, it is one is development, one development language. Or if you want, you note it down. I can also write here. One development language, one scripting language, one this much, probably you will be able to fit into any one of this. So this is very important. Anybody who is thinking about IT industry need to have all these things. Then it is easy for you to get in. For example, you get into an automation testing, I say, and the company want to train you in the automation. If you have a development language, only then you will be able to use automation testing. If you know a scripting language, you can easily understand the codes and you can write scripts accordingly. Now, there are a lot of tools in the market which will give you an view of how you can hello. Okay, so that.
Sir, unmute பண்ணுங்க. Yes, sir. Sir, unmute, sir.
Hello. Oh,
Yes, yes,
who muted? Okay. So what I was trying to tell us, if you are told you are using an automation tool and you need to write a scripting language in it, you need to know the script. For that, a scripting language will help you know that. Then one query language. Query is like a SQL query or any query language you will learn. And a database. You need to know how to configure a database. All this will help you. And obviously testing is easy, but you need to know the domain and the tool and the functionalities. If you know that, it is easy. And entering into a software industry, that is very much easy is testing industry, but you need to be very specific. There is anybody, if I can ask a question, what will a good tester becomes? If you are a test engineer, what will a good tester becomes? Use the chat box. If we can write answers, don't worry whether it is right, wrong, don't worry. Nobody? So the other second question is, what will a good developer becomes? Anybody? Hariharan? Sanjay? Anybody?
Sir.
Hmm? Hmm?
Sir, first we have to learn one particular any program, and then we have to practice on that one. Then we can become a good developer.
Oh, no. What will a good developer become? So, okay, probably you didn't get the answer after 10 years. After 10 to 15 years.
LT salary.
Sorry?
LT salary.
No, I didn't
We
hear
get
that.
many more experience from that, sir.
Okay, look at many times I ask this question, no? Probably people will tell that I will become a manager. Okay. So if you are trying to becoming a manager, you don't want to do much. Okay. But a good manager will not become without being a good developer. That's there. But if you are a good developer, your thought process should be an architect. Okay. There is architect, there are multiple architects. A normal architect is there. There is a technical architect. There is a solution architect. There are many types of. Okay. Now, if you see the cloud architect is there, AWS, Azure, lot of applications are there. In that particular area, there will be an architect. So why we say there is an architect? Because that architect will know. If it's a solution architect, whenever you are designing a system, I was talking about planning phase, planning requirement analysis, and that phase. One solution architect is there. He will give solution to architect your application. When you know how to design an application, it will become easy for you to build a system. Okay, that is the purpose of an architect. When you prepare now itself to be an architect, your learning process will not be only developing a module. It is developing a system so that you will know about coding, you will know about scripting, you will know about testing, you will know about querying, database connectivity, so that you will become a full stack developer from now only. So that will be an added advantage for you if you plan and learn. Okay. So now I am slowly getting into the next level of your thought process. Define all the above very clearly. Till that is, I spoke about a particular what technology or something. Now it is something personal. I at least, which I was missing for a longer time. Then whenever I thought, whenever I talk to people, I will give this detail to them. Create a calendar. How many of you today have a calendar with you? When I say calendar, you know what I mean? Every class, if it is a first year, you know, first period what is, second period what it is, every calendar you have. But do you have a personal calendar with you saying that the morning when I wake up, I will do this activities? That activities, do any one of you follow? Do any one of you follow that?
Sir, I'm not having a calendar, but I'm having a small pocket notes. Sir.
Okay. Okay. Look at, if at all you don't have one, start creating one. Okay. From today, make it as a practice. And tomorrow, if at all you need some activity that you have prepared today itself. When one of my friends from the college, when I used to see him writing certain things, No, we don't understand what is the purpose of writing it, but I understood later that is how he prepares his mind, and he will be in track. So once he completes one task, he will tick that. So it is very clear that is what I was talking about traceability matrix. Traceability matrix is not only for application, but you put all the activities in the calendar and start ticking one by one. So when you have a calendar, that is design your day in advance. That is the previous day itself you design it, and have a to-do list. To-do list is what I spoke about: 1, 2, 3, 5, or 10 activities you have. That is the one which you are going to do. Without clearing the to-do list, you don't enter into any other activity. Okay. Then you need to have day, weekly, monthly, yearly progress tracking. This, if you can do this, you know when you are in the second year, third year how it should be, you will know. Fourth year it should be what you will know. Then you will also know what is the dream for which you are studying this course. And slowly you will pick and choose what is right for you. It is an discipline. Okay. You need to have very disciplined activity so that you don't go out of track. Okay. So then the last one I wrote about reading. How many of you have, when you read the books, whatever it is given to you, you read the books. How many of you have any other reading practices? What all books you read? Any couple of books which you read? There also, if you can use the chat box, it will be good. Anybody read? The another one I didn't tell for what will a good tester.
Madan? Yes, ma'am. Actually, the students normally they will be like this only. If you ask 100 questions also, they will 1 or 2 only respond.
Okay.
This is the present status, not only all the online meeting. It is a status.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
So
good I had this slide, or good I had. Sorry, Ramesh, it is breaking.
So like that only it is there.
Oh, okay, no problem. Good I had this presentation. I was thinking that I will really interact with people. Then I thought if they are not interacting, I will have a slide. So that's why I had this presentation, or otherwise I never had an idea of creating a presentation.
Yes, sir. So one day you can come down here and we can have such interactions. So as such, it's a good thought process that you have shared, and it would be greatly defined. At least people come to know about it. So someone.
No, surely, whenever I get a chance, presenting it personally, I will surely do that, because there are a lot much we can do when they ask questions. Okay, they need to really ask questions. I can connect in a different level then. Okay, because we have gone through.
Yes, sir. So I knew that I knew your potential, and I knew that you are doing doing it as a service. So in that aspect, physical interaction would make the students community to succeed to a greater level. It need not be an IT engineer. So an engineer who should work on for any such project, they need to understand the testings and the commissioning. So
yeah, exactly.
it would be greater idea. So we appreciate it, sir. So we'll do
Great.
this, sir. So if students, if you have any questions, you can share, or else we will connect one day. So with
I had many things which I want to talk. When I spoke about reading, no, we can choose what is a couple of books for the skill development. That can be a leadership development, or there are a couple of books I will write. it is essential after, if you are 17, you read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Magic of Thinking Big. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, only 7 chapters you read. Okay. The last book which I wrote, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Because this all, it is not about only money. It is about, you need to know, at least you put some thing. Gandhi had something in this book with him every time. He has read 100 times this book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Okay, that makes all the difference. He didn't read this for making money, but the mindset. So not the least, look, I have a couple of other things: wealth creation, pipeline building, multiplying. This I wrote because I don't know whether it will become relevant. If you are not asking the questions, I will not understand whether it will become relevant. But the last thing I can surely tell about the health. Now, everybody here, I want you to be really keep your health very right, eat right foods, and then associate with the right people. That is the positive networking. You need to associate with the right people. For a simple thing I can tell you is, if you open your phone today and you take the 10 calls which you received or you dialed, will define your network, or in 5 years or 10 years, what you will become. It will define that. That means if you are associating with people like Ms. Bala or Ramesh, you will become one like that. If you are associating with somebody like CEOs of the company, you will become like that. If you are associating with CFOs of the company or CTOs of the company, you will become that. And you decide what you want to be. But when you want to do this, surely you need to have a right health. A healthy mind resides in a healthy body. Okay. So if you are not doing the proper exercise and keeping yourself fit, your energy will drain you. So eat right. What is needed for your body, you eat. Don't eat whatever it comes on your way. So that is one which I want to really put it here. Any questions? Happy to answer.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Madan sir. So it is a good opportunity that we had you for the day, and all these engineers who are driving hard to get into all the industries would have a greater insight of what is testing and how to get into IT industry. But today, as people may not be with the like professions, so maybe they would be in a different profession and they may not know about testing. So it is a good opening that they at least know what is the title all about. By later, at least they can go and search for it and make a point that they can connect with you. So we can also share the
why I put testing as today, anything you do in the IT industry will go through a testing process.
Yes, sir.
Not only IT, even any walk of your life, testing is so essential.
Yes, sir.
And when you know where the bug is, it is easy to fix it as well.
Yes, we may not scrap it entire thing. At least you can go ahead.
Yeah.
No, what is the problem all about? Testing would give you more insight of what is what, because the what to say, the people who got the project, they may not understood the entire thing. And while testing, we would come to know about what is wrong in the understanding and the real applications, and it can be sorted out at the earliest. So it's a good objective, manual testing, and again the database and other things are going on the faster rate, so we would have more insight of it. So nowadays IT is part and parcel of any engineering, and so that it is a good value adder thing. So they can go ahead and get the job. As you said, testing, anyone can get into the industry. It's not alone the people who have done IT, they can enter testing. So it's a common thing. It's a good value adder services. Thank you, sir. So thank you so much, students, as well as the coordinators who have coordinated the program. So thank you so much for Ramesh sir for arranging a very good lecture. So thank you, everyone. So let's meet again for another session. Thank you so much.
Thank
sir.
you, Madan. Thank you so much, Madan, for a good idea which is presented for the students for their betterment. And maybe some students will ask for their queries also. We will let you know about the details so that you can support them for their placement activities.
Yeah, Ramesh, actually, I didn't touch upon that point because they are too early into the industry for the industry preparation. That's why I didn't touch upon that. Or otherwise, I would have little spoke about that as well, in the placement aspects as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Madan. Dear participants, students, in the chat box, they will post the link for the certificate. You can give your information, then you can leave. Okay, Madan. Thank you, Madan.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Ramesh. Thanks a lot, Ms. Bala.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Right.